My name is Taufiq Yahya. I am the CEO of Kowabunga Global. Kowabunga Global is actually a social enterprise focusing in sustainability education and also making an impact to the region, specifically in the Southeast Asia region. Besides national service, yes, this is my only job. I've never had any career or job. This is basically what I do. Can I check with you, where are your flowers? That's like, why? Isn't this a florist? No, then Kowabunga. She actually came down for interview thinking that it's an admin job for a florist. Yeah, so you have to educate her lah. It's actually not Kowabunga, it's Kowabunga lah. The services evolve, or the services expand. I would say evolve but expand, but the core objective has always been the same. So we believe that we need to build the character of the people, right? So that they can actually be responsible for the community and the environment. Yeah, so that's the reason why we exist in the first place. I would say I start gold. I think it's more of like I had to dig for the gold. Kowabunga was set up, in a way because we strongly believe in the importance of having a purpose in business. So we are a social enterprise because we believe that any enterprise should be a social enterprise. So in whatever that we do, it has to be for others, right? Because we are serving our creator, right? So even in business as well, the purpose of doing a business should not be self-fulfillment, should not be wealth, right? Or just purely wealth. It has to be because it is a vehicle for you to actually serve that purpose of why you are in this world. Vision is a peaceful world through beautiful character. So regardless of race, language, ethnicity, religion, we have a lot to offer. And I think the solution that has been granted by our creator is actually something that the world is seeking and desperately need. The services evolve, or the services expand. I would say evolve but expand, but the core objective has always been the same. So we believe that we need to build the character of the people, right? So that they can actually be responsible for the community and the environment. Yeah, so that's the reason why we exist in the first place. The fact that we are so inundated by the media, right? And then when the media comes, and these are just part of the process of akhir zaman, right? But when understanding the process would enable us to go to the root cause rather than just taking the current cause. So what we do, for example, for this is that we will go back to the fitra, right? We will go back to the fact that, for example, remove yourself from your digital devices. So we encourage our students, we encourage our parents to be more, to go to nature. So that's why we run nature-centric program, we run eco-centric program. So we want them to know that actually what are their fitra, where they are coming, where they are from, and that's why we actually move them away from devices rather than towards devices. We were actually doing like a tango, right? Because we need to understand how do we work together while at the same time maintain a healthy family life as well, right? Because it's not easy. It's something that we just have to. I think especially guys, or myself having that ego and stuff like that. We tend to be blinded by our weaknesses. So after a while, we identify what are each other's strengths. Right? She's much better at, in human resource, in human management. She looks into the welfare of the people. Right? So we kind of like try to see where we can complement each other. And in fact, alhamdulillah, we once we identify our strengths and weaknesses, we found out that actually we complement in a lot of ways, because she looks into more of the micro aspect of the business, and I'm more of the bigger picture kind of guy. So we are doing this for the family, to build a family together. So this business is actually just an avenue. Identifying what is the priority is also something that took a while, right? Because when you are struggling to make the business work, we tend to forget actually we are doing business for the sake of the family, not the other way around, right? So now we realize, okay, if the business does not work, as long as the family is together, that's more important. The most important thing for me is that I'm able to spend my time with my family, right? And that when they need me, then I am there for them, right? I think that's an option that I feel very strongly on the business. There are times where I question, when you look at the other businesses going fast, using funds that is readily available out there, and you question why am I not doing the same, right? Why am I struggling? And then using this kind of so-called methods that that is a bit tougher. Different people have their different destination, right? So if we have chosen the destination that we want to go, then knowing that that is not the game that you're playing, so it also makes your business decisions easier. So when you know that where is the playing field, right? You're not playing basketball, you're playing soccer. Then you know that when a certain deal come in that is actually on that side of things, you can just straight away say, I'm not doing that deal. They will know where I stand on things. Rezeki doesn't come from them, right? Rezeki comes from Allah, right? Yeah. We believe that any business enterprise should be a social enterprise. Right?
Any business should be a social enterprise.
Every business should be a social enterprise, right? Because in our context of understanding, or in our tradition, there is no term for economic man theory. So economic man, as you know, is where you serve your own desires, and when you serve, you have in capitalism, when you do that, and then the society will so-called benefit from the trickle-down effects, right? But that does not exist in our tradition, right? So we established ourselves as social enterprise was also by accident. So our way of doing business is that we always feel that a part of business is to serve the community, serve the society, right? So when we went out to say what we do, people were telling us, hey guys, you are social enterprise. So in fact, it should be enterprise social and then social enterprise, because business will always have to come first. Yeah. So a lot of times when I've met others other social enterprise, they tend to focus a lot more on the social aspect, right? And they will slowly, and then what sets them apart from a charity, right? So a social enterprise has to be an enterprise first, meaning we have to be able to sustain ourselves financially without funding, without support, right? So that would mean that you need to have a specific product and services to sell, right? Only then you can actually help your beneficiaries. Generally, if a business were to set up because of grants, then within 2 years they will close. Yeah, because you can't just survive with grants. Yeah. Basically, my mood will really depend whether I have enough money in the bank.
It's a natural thing for everyone.
I guess so. But that's not the right way, lah. Because I feel that you should not put, the world on your heart in your heart. Instead, you should put the world in your hands. Right? That's what we've been taught in our Islamic tradition. So it's easy to say, but it's not easy to practice. So it's only when we detach ourselves from the materialistic things, your wealth, your money, and then you'll find peace. Whether or not the banks have enough money or have a lot of money, because I've seen, even if you have, a lot of money, those money are not permanent. Yeah, you might go anytime. For now, I'm pretty stable in a way. Whether or not business comes in or business don't come in, I'm still, working on it. But one thing I've learned is that never think that you are capable of making things happen. Things happen because Allah allows it to happen. So if He is there and you put your trust in Him, then your only goal is to actually fulfill your job, fulfill your duties, and then let the rest, let Him handle the rest. One of my mistakes is I didn't have a mentor from the start. I think that would have helped me greatly to at least get someone to point me out certain blind spots. I know, even when I have a mentor, they can only advise to a certain extent, but you still have to make that decision. But at least someone is advising you. And I think most importantly with mentors, good mentors, they're able to open up doors for you. So rather than you knocking all the 100 doors, they can at least point out to you that this is the door that for you to knock and for you to open. Yeah. So I think that was my first. I think if I were to go back and try to change things, I would tell myself, go and get yourself a good mentor. I'll try to separate between my mentors and my board of directors, right? Because they have different roles, lah. So, but how I get the mentors are usually from. These are the people I look up to. Looking at what they do, how they do things, whether the values align, and then approach them and just shamelessly ask lah. I think mainly it takes a lot of perseverance, a lot of resilience. Many times when you feel that there's no way you can get out of the situation, you just need to have or dig that sense of self-belief that you can do it. And of course, always trying to put people first than yourself. You might be good during, nice weather, with the sunset, but when you have rough seas, and worse, if the ship is sinking, you should be the last one to jump out. When times are tough, it is the decision that you make needs to be able to align with your self-belief as well. You can't just abandon them because it's the most convenient way of to do that. There's no one to kind of like guide you through that decision. You can have mentor, you can have coaches, you can have people to advise you, but the one that needs to make that step is yourself. And then you just have to make that difficult decision. I think if I were to advise a younger person, build your network around as many people as possible, because sometimes not all advisors needs to be paid lah. Right? If you have friends who are in the legal side of things, if you have friends who are in marketing, if you have friends who are in finance, these are the people who can at least give you advice, right? If you're serious about your business, I think there are a few areas that you need to have really professional help. Number one is accountant, right? You need to have a good, sound accountant, whether it's in-house, whether it's outsourced. you need to have a legal person, right? Whether it's in-house or outsourced. And the next one you need is actually you need to have someone who is able to develop your business for you, right? So either it's in the marketing or sales. These three is very important, right? Usually for the third one, you can be your own salesperson, you can be your own business developer. A tough market because you have a lot, I mean the market is small, but you have quite a lot of competition, right? Depending on which industry you are in, but usually competition are plenty. Of course, costs are high, and then to actually maintain that business, manpower and all needs a lot of capital and a lot of good business and sound business decision. So if you are able to set up in Singapore and doing it well, then naturally you should try to expand and then bring your products overseas as well. But I also caution that we try not to feel that our recipe will just work everywhere, right? So a bit of contextualization, a bit of having the understanding of the different market is also important as well. Singapore businesses, they should aspire to expand overseas, primarily because I feel in Singapore the market is a bit too small. But if you are able to make it in Singapore, because Singapore is actually a very tough market to be in, but if you're able to do it in Singapore and with the right concept, with the right strategies, I would say most of the time I notice that people can actually make it overseas as well.